So it's Paul Holly, and I'm here with my brother Ed Holly. And today we just
Hey
kind of
everybody.
want to give a little update on where we're doing, how we're doing on our goals so far. I think we're about 10 to 12 days into our last 100 days of 2021. So kind of hopefully this will be inspirational, maybe just get you looking at your goals again and how you're progressing, and hopefully this helps. How's it going today, Ed?
Going outstanding. Looking forward to continue to building towards the end of the year and kick 2022 off the right way.
Absolutely. Did you so your time right now is what, 8:30ish?
It is 9:15.
Okay, 9:15. Have you what did you do this morning so far?
This morning we got up around 6. We did some meditation. That's what me and Cassie have been partnering up and doing that first thing in the morning to get our day started off right with a good positive mental attitude. And then we get Lincoln ready for school and walk him. So that's about a 2.5 mile walk that we get in every morning to get our body warmed up for the day. And then after I got home, I started getting on the computer and getting ready for our chat and starting on a wrestling manual. So getting some things knocked off.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, I started off every morning. I've been doing my scripture reading first thing in the morning to get into the right spiritual zone. It was funny. I was listening to a pastor the other day, and he said, everybody wakes up and says, I can't get my day started without my coffee. Like, imagine if we all just started off, I can't get my day started without my Jesus. Things might, the world might be a little better place.
Amen. We might be a little bit kinder to each other, a little bit less road rage in the morning.
That's true. That's true. So that's why I get my day started off, and then I dropped the kids off this morning. Unfortunately, my daughter Noah has, I think it's just allergies, but they called and sent her home. So I picked her up and now I'm here. So I haven't got my workout in like I like to get in pretty early, but it'll happen. So speaking of workouts, so physical, I mean, that's what we get to see the most of you, your updates, your videos you send us. How's your physical goals going?
It's going really well. Unfortunately, because of the coronavirus, I haven't been spending as much time in the wrestling room as I would like, but physically, I'm definitely pushing it to the max. I learned a lot of weaknesses after my last wrestling tournament. Didn't get the results that I liked, didn't get the performance that I had hoped for. So just working on polishing things and getting in the right mental space. A lot of it's being confident in your abilities.
True. And so a lot of the videos that we've been posting from you are the barefoot. I mean, that's amazing to me. I'm starting to just walk around in my bare feet, and you hit a twig or something the wrong way. So what got you started in that, and what are the benefits of barefoot jogging?
Well, I got started about 2.5 years ago in the barefoot game. I've always been a runner from training from wrestling and having to cut weight, and then during the military, running every day. And then whenever I got out of the military, I got run over by a car. So I had to figure out new ways to train myself. I had to figure out how to walk again and then how to run again. And I stumbled upon Barefoot Running then, and that was about 10 years ago, but I was really, like most people, hesitant and maybe a little scared of what the barriers or the physical ramifications may be. Because I've always taught that, if you're going outside, you should put some shoes on. But much to my delight, it's improved my athletic performance immensely. I've been injury-free. I haven't had a single injury since I started running barefoot, so I look at it as a blessing.
That's good. After you told me about it, I tried to do some research, and I mean, the research seems pretty spot on about the benefits of, you have, I don't know what it is, 27 muscles in your feet, and you only use not even half of them when you're wearing shoes. So the fact that you're strengthening all those muscles. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. Physically for me, my knee rehab has been phenomenal. This is my second ACL surgery on the same knee. And I remember the first time at this point, I was still on using crutches when I would go any kind of significant distance. I'm already working out. Erica had a fitness launch at the Y this weekend that I went, and I was able to do, I didn't use any heavy weights or anything, but I can squat, not lunges yet, but I mean, it's just so far ahead. And the only thing I can think of is, one, I've been there before, so I know what I'm doing. And that I'm in the right headspace this time. I mean, it's probably not working gives me more time to dedicate to it, but less stress also. I mean, stress affects your physical. So really excited about that. I mean, the physical therapist told me basically there's not too many people that are able to do what I'm doing at 4 weeks. So that's exciting, man. I'm hopefully to stay on track here.
That's outstanding. And hopefully when it gets healed up, we can go on another jog around Lake Collingsworth and test it out.
Yeah, man. Can't wait. I haven't seen you since coronavirus, that's for sure. So hopefully this thing's slowing down and we can get together again here.
Well, you had mentioned earlier that knees over toes, maybe that potentially helped you a little bit, building like some tendon strength and some of the supporting muscles prior to your knee surgery. I think that's really important also, just some untested theories out there currently, especially with the internet and being so accessible to different training philosophies. I think it's something to really look into also.
That's true too. Yeah, knees over toes. If you haven't heard of it, look it up. Knees over toes guy. And honestly, I 100%. I didn't think I tore my ACL because the first time I did it, my knee blew up like a balloon. A lot of different factors, but the fact that it kept on hurting and I couldn't put any stability into it is why I went and got an MRI. But I was still doing the knees over toes. And honestly, in physical therapy, a lot of the stuff that I was doing before surgery, the what are they called? Where you're on the step and you use the one leg, Nordics. The Nordics things, that's what physical therapists has had me do now. So no, 100%. I mean, and I agree with you. You can research all kinds of things these days. You were telling me the other day about ambidextrous, being able to use both sides of your brain, and how you can take your brain to new levels by trying to use your left hand as much as your right if you're right-handed, and vice versa. So that kind of stuff is really
cool. And with technology, I think there's a lot of new innovative ways that they're able to track progress and what's not working with brain imaging and things like that show if you're actually improving or if you're just staying the same. So I think it's important to track your progress. I keep a daily log with all my workouts as well as my diet, so that I can, if something starts to go off a little bit, or I'm starting to feel not myself, or if I'm not making the gains that I want to see, then I can look at my log and really dissect what's going on.
That's amazing, man. I haven't got to that level yet, but that's a good goal. I mean, I think a lot of people are probably scared to track because then you have to be accountable. I mean, you could actually see what you're doing there.
Oh yeah.
That bowl of ice cream I ate maybe wasn't quite in my goals, so I didn't want to write it down.
I'm chasing Jordan Burroughs, and the guy just won a 6 world title. So you gotta try to compete on that level. It's a whole nother ball game.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about before we get on this conversation. I mean, people like Tom Brady, who, I mean, like you said, yeah, he has all the resources in the world, but so do all the other football players, and it's just his willpower and commitment to what his craft is. He doesn't eat bread, doesn't eat nightshade vegetables, those kind of things. It's another level.
Yep. And he found out what worked for him, and he stuck with it. He never gave up. He kept to the program. Like you said, he's religious to it, and he treats it, like a professional.
Right. So that's what we're working on here. We're getting there. So we talked about physical. Spiritual goals. I talked about my scripture reading every morning has been, to me, that's been beneficial to the rest of my day. Like you said, you get set in the right get the right mindset from the very beginning. Makes it a lot easier to, I mean, even to helping people, you know, when you start your day off right, when you see somebody in need, if you're already in that space instead of having the road rage.
Well, and then your day, you know that no matter what happens negative in your day, because that's what happens in life, you know, you're going to have hardships and setbacks. You know that God is with you. You know, you started off the day right, you talk to him, you know that no matter what happens throughout the day, he's right there by your side.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, and a lot of times when, you know, things are going south, or even when they're not, you know, turning on some uplifting music is another thing that I try to do throughout the day, because it lifts your spirits again. You know, you can get in a rut. So
Absolutely. Yeah, TD Jakes is somebody I turn to for my uplifting messages. He's a little bit harsh for my wife's liking as far as his tone and some of his outbursts, but it really motivates me.
There's a guy you should look up. His name is Albert Tate, and he does. It's probably right about now. He does a every day. It's called Good News Today, and he's a fantastic pastor. I actually had set up a cruise for him that I'm really disappointed I'm not going on, since I am not with my job anymore. But he's another one. Albert Tate. Check him out. What were your spiritual goals that?
One of them was to meditate with God daily. So, like I mentioned at the beginning, my wife and I have been able to accomplish that. Another one was going to be creating my own breathing video, because I feel like we're not taught how to breathe, and I think that's a lot of being grounded, being able to handle stressful situations, and being able to be your best self is going back to your breath, breathing through your diaphragm, and really letting your body naturally release the chemicals that it's requiring to settle you down.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, I know the Apple Watch, that, you know, the smart watches nowadays, a lot of time will remind you to breathe, because that's really, I think, the difficult thing is you just get your day going, you forget about doing those kind of things. You know, you have to make it intentional.
Right.
That's really good. You sent me some things, but I just haven't. I can't say that I've been dedicated to doing that daily. I've two things I wanted to mention. Two people had sent me on meditation, because I've never been a meditator, and that's one of my goals, was to at least be able to do it for 2 minutes, because I always try to do it right before bed, and when I do that, before the 2 minutes is up, I'm out. So I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's just not really, I would say, a meditation practice. But my Auntie Vaughn and another friend had both told me about InsightTimer. It's a free app that has been really good. I mean, they have so many different categories and teachers that you can look at and really learn about meditation, or, you know, any kind of meditation you want, whether it's for sleep or for gratitude, you know, any variety of subjects. I thought it was a really good app, so I've been using that.
Yeah, I do a lot of like more advanced breathing, like Wim Hof. I really enjoy the Soma breathing, which is more of like a pattern breath with breath holds in between. But most of those are pretty long, you know, and I think that's one of the most difficult things, like you said, about meditation or reflecting on most things, is taking the time and being still. You know, it's very hard to sit with yourself and reflect, you know, without any outside input.
Right. I agree 100%. That's probably one of the toughest things for me. My brain is always going.
Oh yeah, we all are. You know, that's one of the things that I've realized. You know, the harder I try to silence it, the louder it becomes. You know, you just kind of have to let the voice in your head run its course. You know, and that goes back to the breath. You know, the more you can get focused on your breathing and really in your diaphragm, the more those thoughts kind of dissipate, and you're more to get into that like spiritual state.
That's good. I had meditation in my mental category. It could go either way, I think, just depending. Now, one of my mental goals was, the other mental goal was gratitude journal. And that's another app I found. I've been heavy on the apps during this progress. I got 3 new ones that I've been using. So it's actually called Gratitude, and it's good because I've heard a lot of people say, just write 3 things you're thankful for at the end of the day. To me, it's typically the same thing. It's, I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for my relationship with God. I'm thankful for my health. It's going to be the same thing every day. But this one actually, it lets you either do that, or you can ask for, it has like a help me out, and it will give you different topics. Like this one is write about a song that always comforts you, or express gratitude to yourself and the journey you're having. So I think kind of having those kind of topics to do a little journal entry every day has been helpful.
Absolutely. And I've tried to do the gratitude journal, but like you said, I felt like after a week or so, it just became mundane, where I felt like I was writing the same things over and over. And I'm grateful for those things, but I wanted to have more like a whole life focus, like you said, more encompassing, where more spontaneous,
Right. What was your mental goal, or one of them?
My mental goals is read every day. That's something that I've really slacked. I like to watch YouTube videos and search the YouTube University landscape, but reading, and it's similar to me to, I guess, how it feels for you to meditate. It's like I sit there for 2 minutes, I'm like, all right, I'm done with this. So I'm really focusing on taking the time and trying to look at not only reading regularly, but trying to look into material that I normally wouldn't read, to get some different perspectives and try to expand my mind.
That's good. You mean you've never really been a reader?
No, it's something that I've always struggled with.
Yeah.
Like I said, I can get through the first 10, 20 pages, and after that, I'm like, I'm bored.
Yeah, I'm not too different in that fact. I probably have 20 books on my shelf that I've read half to 3/4 of it and haven't finished. I've been better lately in the last few months about pushing myself to actually finish the book. So I'm getting better, but man, yeah, I feel you on that.
And then
Now
in conjunction with that, one of my other mental goals was to start writing a book. So that was, something I thought would expand my mind. And I've lived a pretty crazy life. So, I think I have some good stories to tell people that will really help them overcome some of their obstacles as well.
Absolutely, I agree with you, man. I think have you put anything into that yet?
Yeah. I've got some outlines. I have a few different ideas. Like I said, I've been trying to read more books outside of my normal scope, so that it gives me some ideas on different people's writing styles, different point of views of how to express your ideas. So it's in the works.
That's good. I mean, that's hard to do, to actually, one of the hardest things for me to do is to write about myself. I mean, even
Yep.
when setting goals, it was like, it's not easy. I can talk about other people, but put my own stuff down on there is just
Well, like you mentioned, is like the videos that I've been making, even doing 45-second videos is difficult, because I want to be humble, and I want to remember the audience that I'm trying to reach. So it's very, you just got to let it go, just like the breathing. You just got to let it go, and wherever it lands, if you're doing it for a good reason, it'll work out well.
Yes, amen. Yeah, I mean, I don't even like hearing my voice or seeing my face on video, so this is something new to both of us. So, but I think that's most people that don't like to hear their own voice. So let's go to relational, and this for me is the toughest. I have reminders on my phone. The other app that I got, the third one, was called Productivity, and it's actually a habit setting app where you can put in what your daily habits are. So I have in the spend 15 minutes with my kids every day, text or call a friend, and text or call mom. And still, it's like I get to 6 or 7 o'clock and I haven't done any of these things yet because everything else seems to come first. But I think it's been helpful. I mean, I know for sure my kids have tell me they definitely appreciate it, and I could feel our relationships getting better with the 15 minutes. With mom, it's still, I have been pretty good about texting her, but it's always a one-liner. So I need to get better about trying to carry on a conversation with her. How about
Yes,
your
that's
relationship?
something I struggle with greatly also is my communication. It's something I've really been working on, trying to reach out to people, trying to communicate my feelings better. Because like you said, growing up, we never, feelings weren't something you discuss unless it was toughness, you know?
Right.
So just trying to get the words or trying to communicate it in a clear manner where somebody else doesn't get offended or their feelings hurt, you know?
Right. That's good. And conveying what you just said about us growing up, we were always raised to be tough, not show emotion. Not a goal I have written down, but something I've been trying to do is open that up for my kids, because I've been the same way. You fall, get up, dust it off. I don't, are you need to go to the hospital? No? All right, you're right. Come on.
Yep.
Trying to be more sympathetic, I guess, is maybe the word to someone.
Compassionate. Yeah.
Passionate. So.
Yeah, and I was able to take the kids to the skate park this past week, so they were ecstatic about that. We've been going swimming pretty regular because it's still pretty hot in Texas, so that's nice. And then Ella, she's 15 now, so she's starting to get into the teenage stuff, and she doesn't really want to hang out with us very much, which is understandable. But still trying to build that relationship, so she knows that no matter what happens, she can come back to us and like we said, communicate her feelings without thinking that she's going to offend us or hurt our feelings.
Right. Have you seen it make any changes so far in your relationships? Have you seen any progress, or it's too early?
Definitely me and Cassie, we're definitely doing a lot better. But also the quarantine from coronavirus really forced us to, be in close quarters constantly. So we had to work on communication, or, it was battling every day, especially with the kids in the house, is just not healthy for anybody.
Right.
So definitely working through some of our traumas, together, communicating about it better, writing it down if we don't have the words, that really helps. And then just being open and honest. It's really hard to talk about feelings, but it's essential.
Yes. And the coronavirus, I think it did make or break a lot of marriage relationships, especially with two people who used to seeing each other 20 hours a week, now seeing each other 80 hours a week.
Yep.
It definitely put a lot of strain on something, but also did a lot of healing for a lot of others. So I think me and Erica, it definitely was on the healing end. She was so burnt out from work and only seeing each other a couple hours every day. I think we grew some distance, and she'll tell you, that the last year and a half changed her life for the better, which, it's sad that it came out of a tragedy, but it's her relationship with me, with her children, with God came a long way due to the coronavirus.
Absolutely. I think that harkens back to the breathing also, because usually we're just going. We don't take any time to reflect on, why am I doing this, or is what I'm doing today going to be productive for tomorrow? So it definitely helped me reflect and help others around me also.
And refocus. Absolutely. Have you read the book, The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry?
No, I have not.
It's another one of those I've read, I think 4/5 of it. So I'm going to have to finish it up real quick and send it to you. It's really good. It's probably a lot of things you do already, but a lot of other people, I think, struggle. Definitely me. It's even to the point of when you're driving, how many people just roll through stop signs. Just slow down, like take in life, look around you, see things. But so many good things to actually live life and not just run through it.
Yeah, one of the relational things I haven't been able to accomplish so far is my community service. That's something I used to do a lot of, so that's something I need to focus on more to give back to my community and start building some community relationships. because that's one thing I have lost from Corona is that connection with others outside of the house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's probably going to take time, I'm sure. What I have been able to do is help out family. My mother-in-law was moving this weekend, so I was able to go over there and help them with some things. And so those kind of things, I think I've been able to take more time since I haven't been working. But yeah, I mean, that's big as far as just helping other people, whether it's family or community. Go a long way. Our last part, and something that I haven't really touched at all, is financial. I have worked on a business. I'm actually start entrepreneurial classes at Hillsborough Community College next Monday. So I'm excited about that. I think I have the marketing and sales skills to run a business. I just don't know how to run a business, how to even get started. And so that's really my goal with these classes, is to figure out the accounting situation, what I need to be doing, and just try to get everything. To me, if you build a business on a firm foundation, it's not going to be one of those, they say 90% of businesses are out of business in the first 5 years. I don't think a lot of times it's, out of the blue, they start them up, they don't have a firm foundation to build on, and then of course the house falls. So that's my goal, is to really build that foundation first, and then build the business.
Yeah, and
go ahead.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. As we discussed, monetization is something that I've always struggled with. Like we were taught growing up, if you want to make money, you go work for somebody. We never learned any of the personal entrepreneurship, or like you said, how the ins and outs of a business, payroll, business plans. So that's stuff that I've been poring over.
Yeah, which is really interesting, because me and you were talking about earlier this week, our great grandfather was a business owner. He started his own grocery store. Our grandfather, Holly, had multiple businesses, a butcher shop. He took over the grocery store. He has an apartment complex he runs. Our other grandfather had his own electric company. Our mother owned her own sewing business for a while. So we have it in our blood. We just weren't taught the basics. So yeah, I think going to school is going to really help me and you, because I think me and you are going to end up working together one of these days. So
yeah, and it's about having that confidence. It's like the other things. Once you have the knowledge, then it builds that confidence. And once you start doing it, you learn, this works for me, this doesn't work for me. That worked for that business, it may not work in my business.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And I think some people probably watching this video, they're going to have the same issue for probably their physical goals. Me and you, I mean, since we were able to walk, we were doing some kind of sports. So the physical stuff comes easy for us. For other people, it probably is more of a struggle, and they need to find, that place where they can get the education to be able to do their physical goals. And listen, if you're watching this video and that's a place you struggle, reach out to us, because we can certainly help put a plan together for you and get you started on the physical. I think Ed could probably help you a bit on, if it's a meditation or a breathing type thing you want to learn, he can definitely send you in the right direction. Marketing and sales, I can't help you start a business, but I can definitely help you with your marketing. I'm more than happy to do that for you. And yeah, I'm hoping this is a community thing and we all can help each other. So this week, Ed, what anything new you're doing, or you're just going to keep on the same track? Anything
this week new that we're doing? We started the podcast this week, so we're sitting down. We had some hiccups yesterday, so we're working through it. So hopefully we'll have some content to be able to share with people and help motivate people, like you said. I hope that people are willing to reach out, have the confidence, communication. Even if we don't have the knowledge ourselves, we may be able to point you to the right place. Like I said, I'm pretty thrifty at YouTube University, so I can send you some videos to get you started. And I hope that, I can reach out to other people also and get the guidance that that I'm looking for to help me reach my goals also.
Yeah, I mean, relationships help us in all of these areas. So I'm a firm believer in some people think it's sad that it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. But building relationships and having, I mean, that's love. I mean, you can't love if you're in isolation, you can't love. You have to have other people in your community to love and to build each other up. And that's what I hope this community does. And yeah,
Like you said, building a community. It's not about building a business or building a better you. It's about building a better us. Because
right.
if you're better, then I'm better, then I can help other people be better.
Exactly. So there's 87 days left in 2021. So I guess this is day 13 then. I was a little behind. So very good. We hope to do these updates more often. We hope you'll post your updates. Tell us where you're at. It doesn't have to necessarily be a video or a podcast. At least just type in the comments, hey, I'm struggling in this area, or I found this to be helpful. And let's keep the community going and really make a better us by 2022. And thanks for joining us today, and we'll talk to you soon.
Absolutely. God bless everybody.